I thought today I'd do a what's on my desk. Oh my goodness, something just cement floors. Things I must have hit the desk and something touching the desk fell. I don't know what fell. Something fell off the big middle shelf. Alright, welcome to my channel. This is Darcy's Misadventures with Mixed Media, where craft-a-lanches happen sometimes. I just mostly cleaned off my desk. And then there were some things I didn't feel like putting away. So I'm going to work with those. But I have room because, you know, I cleaned it off first. So I've kind of sorted everything to piles. I got like, you know, pieces to put on top. It was kind of like an excavation. Say that 3 times fast. Of what I've done in the past couple months going through what was on my desk. So that was kind of fun. And then I had done the book page things the other day, so I still have some of that sitting here and some scraps and whatnot. I will start by showing you what I have done in the past few days, in the past month or so. So we did the book page pockets the other day. I think this was one of them. This is probably the one that's the closest to being book page size. And it's got the little pocket there and writing space here, and then you just put it on a page. And then I did some more. I've got small ones and big ones, but they all started out with some sort of book page, even if I cut the book page down. So yeah, using some stamping and some washi tape, including some of the decorative tape that I made. And this one's got a tuck spot. I used this vellum and just put it right over the picture, which I thought looked kind of cool. And then just use these 2 pieces to just make a tuck spot. And then that will go on page in a journal. And here's another one. This is a pocket, but it doesn't have to be. I just put it on there so it could be. So very eclectic. You know, we've got flowers and a dog. And a bunny if you want, you know. That was one of the tags I made. And then Eeyore. The tag's not done yet, but it coordinates fairly well in there. So I just put a little piece back there. So here what I did, I could probably show you, is I had 2 separate pages that I taped together. And instead of cutting this page down, I folded it in half down. And then, so that's how I got that side pocket. So that's where the pocket is on this one. Maybe I'll make one of those. We'll see. And then there's a little bit of writing space left. Not much by the time I was done. And more Winnie the Pooh. This one I did on camera, so a lot of you saw that. That's got the vellum pocket, so when you take it out, you see the picture behind it. This one I had done right afterwards, another Winnie the Pooh. And then I used this vellum for the pocket, and then I used the music piano paper for the writing space. And then there's this one, which I just got a page from a flower arranging book. Used some of my the tape that I made. This, let's see, it may peel over time, or did I? Yeah, because the paint does come off, but I'm not worried about that. And of course, where the flower is, it won't. And then this is one that I made too. So we've got the little vellum pocket there with some stamping here and there. And then this one that I made, just got some digital back there, and then some of my circles, and then decoupage the napkin butterfly, and you can see the flowers from the book page behind. And well, I had writing space, but covered most of it up, so I added some by adding the papers. Plus there's some writing space back here too, and I used this circle, which kind of covers up those words. So I used quite a few circles in this one, and some of the decorative tape that I made, and some stamping here and there. I think I stamped all the pages somewhere and just made them really ratty, and then just got a piece of jelly plate holding that on. And then this one, you know, the page inside was really cute, so I kind of left that, just did a little washi here and there, did a little belly band. And then the front was just words from the book. So I painted and then did a little gesso and did the stamping and some washi. And then the belly band just kind of folds over like that. So maybe I'll come across something and do that with that today too. If I if I come over behind me where I kind of threw some of that stuff, then I can, but I'm trying to think of what happened to that page. I had another page similar to this one. Oh, that was just the pockets. Let's see, I made that this week. Finished him. His legs had come off, so we hid that. You guys saw all these. Well, if you've watched all my videos, these were the first watercolor Wednesday I did. And then this was the when I was doing the dimensional ones, and I added a focal point to that one, added a focal point to that one. I know they could be abstract or non-objectional. I struggle with that. I just want to put focal points with everything. And then these were just on my desk and need to get put away, and I finished those up. I was testing the stamps when I got the Your Creative Studio, and then this I was testing some things out for Watercolor Wednesday, but I haven't done that video yet. That was from the first Watercolor Wednesday. And then just little tiny tags. And then turn that one into a tag. Turn that one into a tag. The mushrooms I drew. And I watch The Creative Cove to learn how to draw that. See, I'm like, it might need a focal point, or it might be okay as it is. I don't know. I just... it seems empty to me. I'm going to put it back over here when it's still too. That was just floating around on my desk. It's been done forever. So this is like a journal card or pocket. I don't know yet. This one, oh, these were from My Creative Studio that I made during that video. That was the first week of the watercolor challenge. Made that because I just kind of played with some inks, and that sticker looked great. I don't know if anything's going to go on that one or not. Right now, it's just done. And that one too. We're going to say it's done. And this little piece, we're going to say it's done. And then there's that one. I cut off the side a little bit and turned that one to a tag. I like this idea of almost like a plaid look on the die cut. I kind of like that idea. That one I showed on Instagram yesterday. I used Tombow markers for these lines. So then when I put the white paint on, even though I had the yellow ochre paint behind it, that pink just came right through. So then I put stamped the image on book page, and then painted that and glued it on top. So then we kind of have the pink ones are like shadowed in the back, I guess. I don't know. Cut that one down a little bit to make it into a tag. See, I keep thinking they need to have some sort of focal point. Except that one. I'm good with that one the way it is. This one I kept thinking needed a focal point, but I'm going to be okay with it for now. That one, I mean, I guess it's okay. This one I did add some stuff. There's the one from last week's Watercolor Wednesday. That's what I played while I was waiting for stuff to dry. I was playing with some of the inks. Turn that one into a tag, and that one, and I don't know about that one yet. Now it's going to go back in to need something. On this one, I put this little, this turtle, you know, ocean turtle, and then I backed it because it said baby boy all over the back. This one, I just added a dragonfly sticker. Hopefully it will stay because I didn't add any extra glue, but, you know. And then that one I did, these were Watercolor Wednesday ones. The one that I, you know, was testing things out on when I was doing the rose, I just cut it down to a smaller tag and then added some layering to it. And then there's another one. And then there's that one. So that's what I've worked on this past, I'll say month. Because they started out, or some of them beyond the month, but now what do I do with them all? What's the problem? I don't know what to do with them now. So, what should we do? I could do, let's see. I could do this like a book page one and kind of show you how, except for, let's see. These Winnie the Pooh ones are so cute. Let's see. I think I'm going to do another one of those book page pockets, but I'm going to use this piece as a base, which is just a piece of graph paper that was from a traveler's notebook that I just cut down in half. I mean, I could have left it that big, but I didn't. And I think potentially for the front, I'll show you how I did the paint with the gesso. Do I want to use that same color? I don't know. But I'll grab the gesso out while I'm thinking about it. That is texture paste. I don't want texture paste. Alright. Let me grab. Sorry, there's something by my feet. Oh, where'd the box go? I stood up to get the box of paint, and the box of paint is not up there. Why? I guess we're just... Oh, it's because it's right here. Okay. I wanted to use like a more greeny color. Alright, so just gonna go ahead and do some of this. Just paint it. And the one that the words were like on the page, I just covered the words. I left the white part plain. That way if anybody wanted to write on it, they could or whatever. I don't know. So this will have, you know, beyond this, it'll have parts around it. And then clean my brush off with my dirty water, because I didn't do my water today. But that's alright. And then a little bit of, should dry pretty quickly. I put it on there fairly thin. And then just kind of in the middle. The other one looked more messy just because I was having issues with my gesso, because the bottom of this jar got really thick. I may stir it to mix the thick in with the thinner one, because I added my Liquitex in there with the TCW. So it's like really thick on the bottom and then less thick in the middle, and then hopefully I'll get like a nice happy medium when I stir it. I think this is like a little knitting needle or something, I don't know, is at the thrift store in with some other stuff. And I just keep it as my little stirring stick. So you guys do stuff like that? Because you know they sell those little packages, those little, you know, like items, and then throw something in there that they're just like, we just need to get this out of the store. We don't know why someone gave this to us, you know? So we just want it out of here. So they put it in with stuff that you will like. Stuff that you'd be like, oh yeah, I want that. And then they put in stuff that you're like, why do they even resell this? Alright, I want my words to kind of be abolished in the middle. Obliterated. Hopefully that does it for the most part. Okay, gesso's getting its cover back on, hopefully. I mean, this is kind of like if you watch Gail in her video, then that's, you know, kind of what happened. Oh, look at that. We got like some green on there now. Just kind of cleaning off my brush on this paper, which gave it some color. So maybe we'll use it in there. Time will tell, time will tell. What other scraps do we have over here? Let's see, we already got our writing space, so we don't really need that. Anything in this similar color? Actually, that's, no. Look and see if I had anything in this pile and that. Maybe I should have found something with a color and then, and then picked a paint from that. But, you know, I'm not that forethought of it. I'm not that forethought of, I'm not good at that kind of forethought. I thought about it. kind of like forget about it, but forgot about it. I think that as often as I like to use this color paint, that, well, actually, no, I don't use this color paint very often. I'm like, why do I have nothing? Nothing that goes with that. That's alright. It doesn't clash. We got our money we can use. So we got the little Winnie the Pooh guys. We don't have to use those, but we could. Alright, maybe a little music. Sweet music. Alright, while that's drying, let's go ahead and put something in here. And maybe even find a similar color for inking it. That'll work. That'll do, pig. That'll do. Just take a piece of music page and put it across. The bottom or the top? Doesn't really matter. Maybe at the bottom a little bit like that. Alright. Glue. I put my glue away. Put it away, it's right over here. This cover won't stay on, so probably be good if I could use up the glue, since the cover won't go on all the way, otherwise it might dry up. Who knows? Everyone was here earlier. Joel and his girlfriend were going, that's my older son, well, he's the one with the girlfriend. They were going to go on train this morning, but due to traffic, because that's what you get when you live in the Northern Virginia area, you get traffic, they missed the train. So I was sad for them. But they came back, and as 28-year-olds do, they came back and, wait, is he 20? Yeah, he just turned 28. Built a fort, because, you know, that's where it's at, building forts. It is for them. They did that on his birthday, too. They built a big blanket fort in the living room. I'm like, I love that you guys still build forts. It makes me so happy. It makes me happy. Alright. Got rid of my Winnie the Pooh stamps, and now I'm like, too bad I don't have a Winnie the Pooh stamp. Oh, I did. Then I got rid of them because I'm like, oh, it's still wet. Okay, I'm going to wait and put that down after it's not wet. I might put a piece of this behind it, though, because I can. Oh my goodness. Hey, this Reader's Digest book had like gold edging, I think. Sure, let's get a glob of glue. That's fun. So, how's everybody doing? What you working on? Have you cleaned off your desk lately? It was a while, honestly, between the last time I cleaned off my desk and today. So, no judgment here. As you well know, I ain't here to judge people. I ain't here to judge no people. So, let's see. So this one, technically not book page, but has book page on it. This still be a folded pocket that goes on a page. So, we got lots of writing space here. And then, washi tape was the other thing we want to use, right? Let's see what we've got here. Nope, don't want that one. We got some black and white happening here and there. Okay, that makes the roses upside down. What I do with my Piglet and Winnie the Pooh, they're right here. Just kind of put him down here in the corner. That's Pooh in the corner. That's Pooh in the spotlight, losing his religion. Ooh, I might want to put a little bit of washi under that. Okay, I can't use 3. I don't have enough hands. Do you ever feel like that sometimes? Just not enough hands to do the things. That did not go as low as I wanted it. I wanted it to go behind him. I failed. There we go. Alright, getting it behind him and getting it straight. Challenge. Even though I have the line to follow. How sad is that? Now, add some pops. Do I have anything close to... Some of this, that's not terrible. Some of this fabric tape, I actually had some thinner tape that I used on another project that you never got to see. So I think a little bit of this here and there might be fun. Probably going to have to glue it down at some point, but that's alright. Little piece there. Little piece on the front. So that's the thin, that's like a, you want to know, don't you? I want to say 1/2 inch. Yep, that's 1/2 inch medical tape. And that I did just like, it's been in our, and it's been, I've had it for a long time. And basically, it's in case my son ever just needs to, like, if his sticky stuff, if his Dexcom, if that starts coming off at some point. Alright, Piglet is looking down from a top of something. Looking down from atop the hill. I hope you guys don't hear all the people in my house, because I can hear it. To Joel talking, I can hear Mike talking, he's working. I can hear everybody. Like right here. Right there, it's good. Don't have to go way into the corner. I'm always like going in corners. I'm not good at bringing stuff into the spotlight. Alright, what's next? Should we do a 3rd piece of the rose? Go this way with it. You knew if I say the rose, what's going to happen, right? Do 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 do. Make this a little pocket over here, and then you could still right back here. I think so. All right, I'm going to keep some of that to fortify my edge. Then you want to kind of come in like that so that it, okay, fortify the edge, fold that over, and then just make that a little, that needed to get cut a little bit more. There we go. Then we have a little thing. I'm gonna cut that off there. And then, should we do that? I ate lunch at my desk. That might have been a crumb from lunch. Maybe. I'm not saying for sure and for certain. Alright, put the cover on that and grab. I put it away so I knew where it was. Random things just coming out on my desk now. What's up with that? Little tuck spot. I'm just doing the 2 sides. So I'm not limited on my, well, I am limited to a point. I'm limited to the middle point. So, little pocket. And it will be a pocket on the page. And is this dry? It's still wet. It's alright. We're going to go ahead and glue it on. And then, let's see. Oh, it's kind of bumpy in it. I'm going to stamp it first. Ouch, ouch, ouch. That hurt. Should we just do, it's already got words on it, so no, let's not do that. Where's my flowers? my flowers. I've been using this one a lot lately, and I kind of, you know, it goes off, and if I want to go off the page, ooh, would have been cute on there. Not that. What? I want a nice, bold something. I had some butterflies here. I don't think I put them away. I think they were still out here somewhere, living their best life all over the place. Alright, let's paint stuff, a leafy thing, things that are not, oh, bird? How about a bird? Should we put a bird on it? Sometimes people don't know what the bird with the branches is. He's too small. Ooh, an owl, but I would like a bigger owl than that. Are these all the birds I have? No, there's my son. He was off today because they were going to do the trains. Alright. I might need more stamps in my life. No, I don't. Ooh, strawberries. Should we do the strawberries? They might be looking for strawberries. That might be a good one. The mushrooms, I don't think the mushrooms are quite going to be big enough, but maybe. Because, you know, we're in the woods. We're in the 100-acre woods. There's probably mushrooms. I mean, there might be wild strawberries, too. Alright. The biggest mushroom on here. Here. It might work. Well, especially if we do some of the... I didn't want words, though, did I? Because we do have the spores. This is the one. This one's wider. That one. Or that one. This. Might do these. All right. The other stamp I did was much larger. And I'm just going to do black. So, anybody else get nervous when that door opens? I'm like, he's going to be quiet, right? He's going to be quiet. Yes, he was. This time. Okay, I should have probably put something under there. Make sure I got it good. Yay, it came out good. I'm happy. That makes me happy. I mean, a little bit of the gesso came off, but that's not the end of the world. And you could tell me in the comments if you like the mushrooms or if you wish that... I was thinking of a rose, wasn't I? But, yeah, we'll just put it up like that. Yep, that's what we're going to do. I was thinking of doing the spores. I might still do, but they'll go off the page a little bit. I mean, off of this a little bit. See, I come over to the side a little bit since I've got that over there. It's a hellable horror lump. Must be from the Heffalump story. There we go. That's fun. Get the honey jar off his head. See, you can tell for sure that it is from Winnie the Pooh. Alright, this is ground espresso, even though you're going to think it's coffee because originally it was, but I re-ink it with ground espresso. And then I'm going to add a little bit more of something. Like, where's our specimen? Our field notes. Might be good. Field notes, collect. Field label, identification check. That one is the other one. Where's my circle field notes one? I think I lost it. I think that potentially somewhere in my office, in my studio, but we don't know exactly where. All right. Agent, maybe. Oh, it's in here, actually. The one that I wanted is in this little bag. Oh, it's a received one. It's not the one I was thinking of, but it's still round, and it doesn't say factory. Although, you know, Edward was made in a factory. Edward is Winnie the Pooh. If you thought Winnie the Pooh was a girl all this time, you were wrong. You were so wrong. His name is Edward. It says in the first part of the first book. See, I love that. Okay, I'm glad I used that color because I did have this nice little color here to use with it. Alright, we're in the woods, so we're going to collect some things. Do a stamp here. Nice, nice, nice. Whoops, it's alright, it's the back, not important. Number 509. Oh, both boys are talking now. Well, it doesn't show real good, but it's there. There's color down there. Agent. We'll go on the inside. I think I'll do the identification check. I'll do in another color. I want to do more than one color, so we have, oh, we have kind of a darker blue or plum. We'll do a little bit of plum. We like plum. For here, upside down? Maybe not. So identification check. And I'm going to do this one on the front as well as the back, just in another color, and maybe go off the page a little bit. There we go. There, I think that balances that fairly well. And maybe a small little bit of plum. 1, 2, we're going to make a triangle with the plum. There we go. And then we've got this dark blue here with a little bit of plum and a little bit of plum here. So we'll do this number in here as well. Yeah, I should have done it on the fabric. That would have been better. Do I have another number? Oh, do I have another number? Of course I have another number. I'm going to do this one over here on this. Yep, I like that. And then any other Dewey Decimal things? Oh, I'm glad they're happy. Transportation Company. Nope. 1913. That's my son. I told you, we're all crazy here. Did you not watch the Sunday's episode? I said, we're all crazy here. Also, I sang really loud. So, now for something in the pocket, I think these, if I can find a small enough one, is this one. See, this is where the tape came from. I had done it on these painty papers. So then I end up with this kind of cool thing happening on the painty papers, and I end up with tape. That's how that worked out. That's too tall, too wide. I can cut one down, but also I know I have more. And I mean I recorded me doing this, but I never put it up. I didn't want to. I changed my mind about it. Alright, I'm going to cut that right about there. Wish I knew where my small guillotine cutter was, but I don't. So, I'm going to put that in there. Did I not cut that off enough? No, so we'll just... That's going to be the same width, lady. Did you not pay attention? Does it show in the back? Nope, it's fine. And then maybe save like this one of these to go behind it. So I might keep that in there. And then I'll decorate those later. So another little book page pocket, and then stuff fell. Shocker. You can round the edges if you choose to do so. Wait, make sure I don't cut anybody off. Not sure how close to there we go. And then you can ink around the edges if you want to. So there's that one. I didn't do a clear pocket this time. Just did a regular, just a little vintage. There we go. Sometimes it doesn't do it all the way down the first time. There we go. A little tag in there. Another journal card for behind there. And it goes to the somewhat finished project. Alright, what's next? Now we have all these stamps up. We can put them away real quick. I mean, we may end up pulling them out and using them again, but for now, we can put them in there. Let's see. Oops. That's got kind of some red down there. Oh, this is more brown. I love this little kitty. I love him. I love him, Mother. Let me keep him. And he'd be pretty cute on there. So weird. Alright, what do I want to do here? Whoops, that goes with the mushrooms. Oh, there's a phone number in here. Hold on. Let me find the phone number. There's a phone number in here. I gotta find the phone number. Don't mind me. I saw it when I kept trying to ignore it earlier, and now I want to find it. So what do you think is going to happen? Am I going to find it? No, because I want to find it. When I didn't want to use it, it came up easily. Oh my goodness. Why? Why? Don't mind my hair if it's getting in there. It's a mess. I'm aware. Oh, telephone. Here we go. Yes, I keep those stamps in a little drawer. Thinking plum. Plum. I do like some plum. Telephone number right there in that white spot there. Don't know how old that telephone number is. But it's got to be pretty old. Because that's not what they look like anymore. They are many more numbers than that. I do not feel like fussy cutting that little bit out, and so I'm choosing not to today. Of course, now it's like all weird and kind of want to. Alright, I'll do that real quick. By the way, so far this is my favorite one. I think it's an X-Acto something. Oh well, I'll be right back. Okay, here we go. Just gonna kind of put that close-ish to the edge. That side of the paper's sticky, but that side's not. There we go. He's so cute. The little kitty and the phone thing with the little... I love a tufted titmouse. That little bird right there. I love those. Now, should we just kind of just maybe just do a little outline around the tag, maybe just to, you know, give it some definition, or a little something here and there. And something down here, maybe. Maybe just even just a little bit of polka dots. Should we make them... We got quite a bit of the plum happening. What if we do this dark teal color? Which the closest thing I have to that that's permanent is this archival teal. So here and up here a little bit, trying to avoid the picture. And then for you, Patricia, there's the third. Very dark, because whatever color I had under that was probably black, you know. Just wants to pull off all the ink that was there. Never does that when I'm actually doing ghost stamps on it. So yeah, there we go. There's a tag. He's cute. He's super cute. Did I show it close enough? I love it. You can tell the colors I like. I like me some teals and aquas and whatnot. Let me do this little strip. Should we make a, I have other little scraps here too. I could totally make a snippet. Snip it real good. That's weird. Why are you so weird, lady? Can't help it. I just can't help being super weird. So, I think it's better with the, or don't use it with either of them. I don't know. So these are little cut off pieces too from some things. Lots of different. I don't, well, if I do it, it's maybe. Or, see these I did together at some point. Because they were kind of like my red, orange, yellow. There was a green. Somewhere there was a blue. There's a purple. It's more purple than that one. But that's not what I'm wanting to do here. Let's see. Okay, let's just cut off a piece of that. Put a little bit of book. What is that called? And have that stick out a little bit at the top, I think. There we go. We got 3 layers and we can glue something on top of that. Like what? I don't know. That's not the right color and it's too big. Got a little butterfly. Or we'll just leave it at that and deal with it later. One of those things. We do have some Islamic writing. Kind of looks like a praying mantis a little bit. Or a snake. Or a little caterpillar. I don't know. Here's a smaller one of these. These mushrooms I made like eons ago. I think I sent some to Robin at some point. I had more in this pile. Where are they? Oh, don't you guys just love when I'm just like randomly, just who knows what I'm doing? That's the same butterfly I just had. But now that I've added another layer, now do I like the butterfly? Don't know. Because I was looking for that mushroom, and now I'm like focused on the wanting to find one of those small mushrooms. Which were in this pile. Oh, we got the birds. Got these little birds. He's a little bright for that. I have more. Oh, see, like these mushrooms, but I think... Well, actually, that might work. And it would cover up the, Yep, we'll glue that on there. It'll cover up the staple. I'm like, really? The glue was working like 5 minutes ago. If it could just keep working, that'd be great. So a little bit of the pink here is in that top there. You can't hardly see it, but it's similar. It works. There we go. I like that. Alright, little snippet. Do you want to do another snippet? What can we put this bird on? We really like this bird. What if we put this label in the background, which is like similarly colored? Maybe like a black strip just going down there. And what? Where's some more of my scrappy scraps? I don't necessarily want the family, but I like the buttons. Oh my goodness, pick up. I like the buttons here. something, that's not the right, oh, what's on the other side? Ooh, I don't mind those little daisy pieces though. Get out of my way. Don't I have more strips? Seemed like I had more strippy pieces. Oh, that. Alright, I want to do this with this black behind it. Maybe these buttons down here. And that may just end up being, where's that, the pizza thing? This is what I'm looking for. I don't need it quite that wide for that. Alright, I'm gonna staple that. Or I could just glue it. You don't have to staple it. My hope is that I'll go through all 3 layers and that will at least hold them together initially. And then maybe stick those buttons. Something else might go there. There are kind of words on there. Yep, I'm going to just hem and haw about this all day long. Don't you love when that happens? This was just a cut off piece from something else. I do like little pieces that get cut off from other things. Hold on to those. You never know when you might want to use them. Oh, see, he works nicely on there actually. Adds a little pop of color. Don't want to totally hide the buttons, but I feel like something else needs to go on there. Alright, how much would you stand out on that? Alright, where's one of my other birds? Bird, 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 it's bird, bird, bird. Bird's the word. That might be too small. Yeah, that's too small for that size. Ooh, I want one of these stickers. They're only stickers because I messed up. Didn't realize that there was sticker paper in my thing. That covers up way too much of the... Oh, and there's a bird on there, so it kind of needs to go that way. That was messing with my head for a second. Do you guys get things messing with your head sometimes? That little Libris might work there. Welcome to my world of overthinking things. Not quite. Picture perfect. Oh, this is like a little black and white book page, and I kind of like that it's simple. It's just the only problem with that is going to be hoping the leaves stay on until I get it glued onto a page somewhere. But I kind of like it. That's my favorite one so far. So we're just going to do it and hope the leaves survive. Kind of want the... Come on. There we go. I want the at least a couple of the buttons, like 2.5 of the buttons, or 2 and a bit. There we go. So this was from Pizza Bot, from the stuff on the bottom of the pizza, and there was like a nice good sized piece on one of them, and I was like, ooh, let me get that piece that didn't have grease on it, you know what I'm saying? And so yeah, ooh, that was blue on the other side. That's all right. We like it fine with the black. The black side works too. Okay, so another snippet. Did I show this one close up? I don't even know where I am in the camera. So, a couple snippets so far. A tag and a pocket. This has been floating around on my desk for a while. What do I have that's tall? That would cover up a lot of that, but it would pop on the blue at the same time. So, I don't know. I won't know until I cut it out. Hold on. I think you guys should know this is harder than it looks. So it was too tall, right? So I cut it up. But now that's too short. Also, it covers up that. This is too short, although it feels less too short because this kind of brings it up a little bit. I could cut off the top, which would probably make it perfect. I could put a quote up there, but that would cover it too. Like if I cut it off, then I can use this piece as a in a snippet somewhere. Or my other thing was, I guess if I just have part of this flower get cut off and put them closer together and over on this side so I can still see, you know, some of the elements here, here, and here, and here. See, this thing needs to be just a little bit longer here. Maybe that works. I don't know. What do we think? Does it cover up too much? Or, I mean, it's basically just covering up some blue, basically. So, I'm thinking maybe that. Maybe, baby. Alright, put this one on first. I mean, there's different options, and they would probably all look good, no matter how I figured it out. But I don't think you realize how long this thing has been floating on my desk. Alright, those can get cut off. Alright, so I want this to show over here. That would work, I think. Would cut off a little bit of this, but that's okay. And this kind of, you know, that works alright too. I mean, it could cut the leaf off, but I like how it comes in front of the other one now too. It didn't do that before when it was together, one piece being all too long. So, here we go. Where did we have it? Whoops. We had it like here. Just had those connecting a little bit more. And that going there. Alright, I think that might work. Fingers crossed. So, it's been a long enough video now. Because I saw the time when I paused to cut that out. So, I mean, you can watch more videos if you watch at double speed. That's what I do. Even when I'm like watching my own video, I watch it at double speed. There, I like the yellow and the blue. That is nice. I might have to send that to my grandma, because she likes yellow and blue. We'll see. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot. So what do we do this week? Today? What did we do? I did this tag, a couple of little snippets, little clusters. That's what we call them, clusters. Another tag. So 2 tags, 2 clusters, and 1. Oh, before I forget, let me just show you really quick how I did that one thing. Alright, so say I was going to use these mushroom pages for one of those journals. So then, let's see, let me cut this across here. Then this is going to be too wide. How wide is that? Because, you know, I say that's 5 1/4, so if I cut off here, that'll be closer to 5. Alright, so 5 inches wide. And then what I'm thinking of is, if this is on the front, then we just fold this piece over. Well, the other one I had folded over all the way, and that's fine, that'll work. So this would be a long, thin pocket, basically. So this is going to get covered up, so I'm going to come over a little bit more with this. Because then we'll put a little bit of decorative paper there, a little decorative tape on that side. And I'm not going to do those reed mushrooms. Maybe the oyster mushrooms will be okay. And then we're going to cut out a piece to tape it to. couple oyster mushrooms. Let's see. I think that one I'll keep and that one I'll... Alright. So now I'm gonna pause so Joel could stop in next to me. Okay. Before I tape them together, this is my front piece. I'm going to fold this under. And then we just got some mushrooms showing back there, so that's alright. And then glue that down. Okay, so that's going to make our pocket on this side. You can even just go ahead, if you're not going to put paper in here, which I kind of don't need to because the mushroom shows through there. Or I could, it doesn't matter. I'm looking for my, oh, here it is. You know, everything's a mess. So yeah, I'm just going to go ahead and glue that. Whoops. It's going to make a mess of it right there. There we go. So there's the pocket, but then we just attach it to this so that it's the folded little page. Where is my brown? My weird brown washi would be perfect for this. The weird brown washi would be perfect for this. Not washi, but, you know, decorative tape. So I just need this size piece. See, it's okay if you make things that are like, you're like, am I ever going to use that stuff? It's kind of weird. And then you go and you do something with mushrooms and you're like, oh, okay, this is not straight. Which means the whole thing is probably not straight. But I'll fix it at some point. That's the front. All right, hold on. This is the front. That's the back. So I want to open it up like this to do this outside piece. Don't worry, we'll fix any issues later. Oops, and we'll straighten this out though. And then this part's going to get covered anyway, so that doesn't matter so much. Where did the tape just go? We can even do another piece right in here. It'll cover up a little bit of the mushroom, but I'm going to do the part where there's not as much ink on that side anyway. You don't have to use tape. You can just use a piece of paper. I'm just using tape because I had tape that looks nice with the mushrooms. Is basically the only reason I'm using the tape, because I thought it would be cool with the mushrooms. Okay. Of course, maybe one piece of tape and one paper would have been easier to bend. So this is the way I want to bend anyway. This is my front. What did I do? No, this is my front. Oh my word, I got all kerfluffled. Try not to get kerfuffled. Alright, I'm going to use a bone folder to get that nice and... There we go. And then trim off what I don't need here, because I just figure do it afterwards. So now we've got our folded little piece, and put your writing space here. Writing space could be easily be some of this. And then, you know, no one will ever know that there's upside down mushrooms there. I don't know where I'm going to rip this. That seems good. There we go. I'll rip this off a little bit. And then I'll ink that before I put it on. And then, you know, I might put a pocket. I don't mind covering this, so a pocket that kind of rips and goes up around there. So you could do another pocket or just do it decorative. And then we got a place for a pocket there. That's how I did that other one. In case the other, you know, the one I showed you earlier. Alright, I hope you guys have a delightful day. Love you.